Welcome to Meetings of the Minds, brought to you by the New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce in partnership with Bronxnet. This show was created in direct response to the COVID 19 pandemic as a way to highlight the work of our members and partners, as well as to understand the resources they have to help our community in those difficult times. Welcome back. Our first guest is the president of the Business Initiative Corporation of New York. He joins us to discuss how his organization is empowering entrepreneurs and companies around New York State, seeking public and private funding. So please welcome to the show, Mr. Rafael Roger. Hello.
Yeah, Andrea, thank you for having me.
No,
Thank you to the Chamber.
welcome. Thank you for joining us today. Can you tell us about what sets the Business Initiative Corporation apart from the other lenders we have in the state of New York?
Well, there's only a small amount of us that do this particular loan. Our bread and butter is the SBA 504 loan. That allows a business to be able to purchase the real estate they operate in, and it allows a business to actually control rent, to control the amount of money that they're paying each month, which is one of the largest, you know this
Once
already.
the purchase comes through.
Once the purchase comes through,
Yeah.
to be able to control their rent, that no one could push them out or raise the rent on them. And it is an owner-occupied program. We do this throughout the state. And the other two, which I think are great parts of it, is if you qualify, you only have to put 10% down, and your rate on the SBA portion of the loan is locked in for 20 or 25 years.
Now, what about a comparison? What is side by side a commercial bank, a traditional commercial bank, and BIC of New York?
Okay. What a traditional bank does is they can make a loan on 30% loan to value, meaning the value of the property that you're purchasing. What the SBA allows you to do is, if your business needs a little more help, it's not you're not making $5 million a year to purchase a $750,000 to $1 million building.
Yeah.
The SBA takes away some of those warts by absorbing some of the risk that the bank would take to allow the customer to then be able to purchase that building, the commercial condo, whatever they operate in, the warehouse. And then, like I said, it helps you control the money that you're putting out, so that you can better budget
Yeah.
your business as you're moving forward.
And what sort of requirements do they need to have? I mean, of course, you just elaborated quite well on how the ease of the process in certain requirements.
We would like you to have a couple years with the business to be able to provide taxes and show a track
In the
record.
same location, or they can
No.
be at a different location?
You could be at a different location. The whole idea of the loan is that you're creating jobs and that you are expanding the business, so that you're basically taking your business to whatever the next level is. And not having the business for a while doesn't necessarily eliminate you from being able to get the loan. What we want is to show a track record. So you may run restaurants, but now you're opening up a pizzeria. You still have the ability to open up that new pizzeria that you want to do because you have a background in the industry. So we want to see background in the industry, or at least partners that will help you get you up to what you can do a lot faster than if you were alone.
Excellent. Now, that is all pertaining to 504. And what else is there in terms of other loans or services that you have?
So we have a bunch of little services that we provide through the city of New York, but truly through BIC itself, we do the Community Advantage loan, which we only do it here in the Bronx. What the Community Advantage loan is that we literally just for you to have working capital, for you to refinance maybe small debt, for you to buy inventory. It's a small dollar loan. It's less than $350,000, but it allows you to more flexibility as a business owner so that you can do different things, or as you're looking to eventually purchase your building and to do that kind of do that expansion of your business, it'll allow you to stabilize to be able to do that. And then we also do, through Small Business Services, we do walkthroughs with the city to make sure that you're not getting fined. We make sure that through the bids, which we sit on the bids for the Borough President's Office, that the bids through the Chambers of Commerce, that all of the services that you get through the city or the state, that you can access them, and that we help provide them through our other organization, Bronx Economic Development Corporation.
Is there a specific assistance or anything special as to why it's called Community Advantage, where it's helping because of XYZ, or
Yes.
targeting certain demographic, geographical areas,
Yes.
even dollar amount for that
Yeah.
matter?
The reason why it's such a smaller dollar amount, and truly we've tried to do it so that we have more money that gets into the community. On the average, we've looked at community advantage loans are about 200, 350,000 in the rest of the country. Here in the Bronx, we're less than 200,000 for our loans. What we've realized is that we need more hands-on. It's why we provide some of the other services, why we work with, like here at Lehman, the Small Business Development Center, with organizations such as yours that tutor businesses. Community Advantage is exactly that. It's to be able to help those businesses in less affluent areas to be able to provide services, to be able to grow, to be able to act like if you were in Midtown Manhattan, be able to have that access to capital to be able to grow.
Excellent. Now, just off track a little bit from the topic we're on. And for anyone who's young out there looking to go into college, what advice would you give them to get into your line of business or the banking and numbers world where you are today?
The first thing is to not doing well in school is the easiest way to say this, but is to be organized when you're there. What we do is we're very structured. If you're not structured, you can't do what we do. You kind of are left to your own devices at times to be able to find clients, to be able to reach out, to be able to visit someone. But you can't do it for somebody else if you're not doing it for yourself. So one of the things I'll tell everybody is work on yourself while you're in school, because the same habits you build in school are the same habits that you're going to show other people as you get out there.
I like that.
And
It's
truly,
a lifelong process, basically.
everyone thought I was
Yeah.
crazy when I wanted to do this. It was like, why? Why would you do that? You could do 100 other things, but my parents didn't have the ability to do it when they had their businesses. And I got bought into this by Madeline Marquez, who's a friend of ours many years ago. And she's been more, and it was funny, I was going through grad school and she says, I'm going to teach you more than those books do. And that's exactly
What
happened, is you have to work on you to then be able to help others. And you have to be a people person.
Yeah.
You have to be able to sit with people, to come with people, to even if it's just a small outreach,
Yeah.
it's a big thing for them.
And a lot of network, I suppose.
A lot of networking, a lot
Yeah.
of, we see each other all over the
We see
borough.
each other
Each other
everywhere.
everywhere. It's a lot of being out and
Yeah.
being in front of people, because you can't do this and not want to be in front of people and not be with people. And it's the same thing as your business. You're providing a service. You want to be out and you want to be doing what you need to do for your business. It's the same idea.
I love it. Rafael, so if someone, let's say, is watching right now they're at home, they're like, oh, let me get this loan going, and what's the process? Where do they start?
The easiest way is to just go to our website, bicofny.org, bicofnewyork.org, and we have an intake form. What that intake form does is we have questions there that are specific to what we need to be able to understand what you need. And you'll start to think about, if you're not sure what you want the money for or what you just know you need money, there's more to it than just that.
Yeah, I'm sure that's very simple. 100% of the business owners would say now they need money. But
That's it.
what
But
is the purpose, I
the
guess?
purpose of the money is, it's the same. If you sit down with us, it's the same as you sitting down with a commercial banker. We're going to want to know the ultimate outcome of this money. And if you can take us on the journey yourself, it shows us that you are ready to actually use the money and provide the services you say that you can do with the money.
Yeah. Now, without naming names, because I'm sure there's some level of confidentiality involved in what you do, can you share a success story for someone who's out there thinking about a loan? I'm sure you might have like 20 stories that come to mind.
I have.
But at least one.
One of my favorites is this was a family that was here in the Bronx, and they were in the Hunts Point market. And as the Hunts Point market started to expand, because the Bronx market closed and they were moving people into the market, they decided that they weren't being treated as well as they could. So they came to us for a 504 loan. And we got them into their new building, and this was 2007. And much like any other parent who does manual labor, this is a fruit company, and it's a lot of lifting of crates and being down at the docks and filling up trucks. They didn't want their son and daughter to come into the business. But of course, that's not how it goes. Son and daughter actually work for big tech and was looking at, our programs that we're using here are the same programs that we could use to help streamline Dad's business.
Yeah.
So they went and they have basically changed the operations of this business. And while they were doing it, and they did very well, they restructured the building, which then allows them. So the whole idea was, if we're looking at a fruit and you're buying in bulk in New York for New York City, you can then buy it somewhere else. And you can buy it a larger bulk and then sell it before it even gets here. So it's an amazing story of what these guys are doing with a little fruit company,
Yeah.
growing into
Wonderful.
what they are.
Wonderful. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that. Once again, more on what Rafael and our friends at BIC of New York are doing, please visit their website at bicofny.org. Connect with them on Instagram at bicofny and on LinkedIn as well with BIC of NY or Rafael Rogers. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more on Meetings of the Minds on Bronxnet. Welcome back. Our next conversation will feature guest host Eileen Guzzo, president of Donnelly and Moore, and the New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce IT chair, who will bring to you a special conversation on the availability of university level education in the job marketplace, shining a light on how learning institutions like Dominican University are preparing the next generation of professionals for a competitive job market in 2026. Joining Eileen is the president of the Dominican University New York. Please welcome to the show Dr. Manuel Martínez.
Thank you for the introduction, Andrea. Well, it is an absolute pleasure to be here today with our guest, our esteemed guest, Dr. Manuel Martínez, President of Dominican University New York. Thank you, Manuel, for making the time to meet with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Well, we have a couple of questions for you today. We want to learn about Dominican University, and we would like to start by asking you, how do parents value or think about education within a university setting as opposed to a trade school?
That's an excellent question, and it's taken on much more urgency recently with the dramatic development in technology, especially artificial intelligence. I think for a long time, parents have been looking at the return on investment for that education for their child. And I think historically, statistics have shown that a college education gives a lot of return for investment, much more so than for a person who just merely graduates with a high school diploma. I think it's been very well documented that the income that a college graduate receives is much higher over the arc of their career. With that said, I think that it's even more important now with the development of artificial intelligence. And I say that because it's not just the question of whether or how you're able to manage that technology in the workforce, but the context in which you're able to apply it, the context you bring to the decision making and the problem solving around that tool, that new tool that's quickly emerging. So I think that the advantage for income for a college graduate is going to be even more marked in the future. That's what I would like to say to parents when they ask me about this. And I know that it's a topic now that parents are deciding, well, what should our students study now in light of this technology? Right,
right. Well, and to that effect, talking about artificial intelligence, that's connected to the field I'm in IT. How is Dominican University adapting artificial intelligence within its curriculum? How are you embedding it?
That's another great question, and it's one that I'm very passionate about because, given what I just said about the benefits of a good college education, I don't think it can be the case that you can keep that training in AI in a specific course or a specific program. My goal is for every one of our graduates of Dominican University to be able to come out well-versed, not only well-trained, but well-versed in this technology. So to that end, what we're implementing is AI across the curriculum. We're making sure that no matter what major you are in, whether it's English or business or even information technology, you will not only be trained on how that technology is affecting your field, but also how we view it, especially from an ethical standpoint, from many different perspectives. Philosophy, literature, you name it. So I think that our graduates are going to have an advantage when they graduate in that they'll have a depth and breadth of familiarity with this technology above and beyond technical skill with using it specifically in their field.
Beautiful. Well, that's amazing. That's great. You really are at the corner there with the artificial intelligence within the curriculum. So that's amazing. And when I'm thinking about liberal arts and humanities majors, are they still viable? It seems like the workplace is becoming increasingly competitive. How about those majors in liberal arts and humanities? What's your take on that, President of Dominican University?
Many years ago, I set up an innovation and entrepreneurship minor at a previous institution where I worked. And in getting ready to implement that, I met with many entrepreneurs, business people, and they told me, in fact, I had a conversation with an entrepreneur who set up, who had a startup, who had graduated from that institution. And he told me that entrepreneurs and business people almost expect students with a college education to come out with the hard skills, the technical skills that they need. They almost expect that and assume that to be true. He told me that what they needed is someone, a graduate, who can read and write and think critically and be a moral agent on the world stage. It's these soft skills that are so important. So what we're doing at Dominican University is not only, we have an absolute commitment to making sure that every one of our graduates can plug into the workforce at a moment in time when they graduate. And I'm always mindful that because of the increasing development of technology, that moment in time where those hard skills are going to meet the workforce needs is a very small window. The skills that you graduate with today may not be the skills that will keep you relevant, the hard skills, in 5 or 10 years. You want to be able to be relevant over the arc of your career. So I think it's a combination of both the hard skills and the soft skills. Are you able to learn the technology to get you into a job now? And do you have the tools, the mental, the habits of mind to be able to be a lifelong learner, to develop along with the developing technology? And I would argue that those soft skills in problem solving, critical thinking, and thinking through problems in an ethical way, that never goes out of style.
Understood. Understood. Very good. Well, I'm just thinking about employers, right? Employers within New York State, across the nation, really. What are employers today looking for mostly in university graduates? What are the companies out there seeking so that the youth graduating from college, you know, what should they be looking forward to in the job market?
I would go back to my previous answer and say that they're looking for the appropriate mix of both hard skills and soft skills. And then beyond that, they want to make sure that our graduates have as much experience as possible. So to that end, as part of an innovation and entrepreneurship minor that I instituted at the university, we're also setting up a physical center, an innovation and entrepreneurship center, that's going to be a hub to bring our kids in contact, direct contact with entrepreneurs and business people, so they can hear from the people who are hiring exactly what it is that they need. And we are also going to be offering our students the ability to do consulting work for small businesses for free, because in many cases, small businesses do not have the resources to be able to pay for consulting in, say, marketing or cybersecurity. And in that measure, what I hope to do is establish these connections between business people in the community and our students, so that what we're doing in the classroom is complemented by real-world experience that our students will gain before they graduate. As they do that, we'll be certifying that experience through digital badges to make sure that once they graduate, they can put it on LinkedIn and have the metadata that says, these are the projects that I consulted on. And then beyond that, making sure that if we have a close connection with the business community, we have that virtuous feedback loop that informs our curriculum, making sure that we're on the cutting edge of what the workforce needs, so that we're not stuck in one place, but we're developing just as fast as the world around us.
Beautiful. I love it. Well, count me in. Count me in when you call on those local entrepreneurs. I reside in Rockland County, and I can't wait to be part of that cohort of entrepreneurs that come and assist and tell their story to the students, so that they are courageous enough to embark on entrepreneurial activities. And last question today, Dr. Manuel Martinez. How can New York City students consider, and why would they consider Dominican University as a potential school?
Well, when I got here a year and a half ago, as became president of Dominican University, I was told that students from the city would always react very favorably once they visited our campus. And I've confirmed that. I've confirmed giving tours of our campus to folks from the city and frankly, other places around the state and around the country. They remark about how beautiful the campus is. It's close to the city, convenient, and yet far enough away where the atmosphere is one of suburban calm.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate your time today. This has been a great opportunity to interview Dr. Manuel Martinez, president of Dominican University.
Thank you so much.
You can email him at manuel.martinez@duny.edu. Please visit their website at duny.edu or connect with the university on social media at Dominican University, New York. And that is all the time we have today. So we thank you very much for listening to us, and we hope that you found this information very useful.
Once again, for more information on Dr. Manuel Martinez and Dominican University, email him at manuel.martinez@duny.edu, visit their website at duny.edu, or connect with them on social media at Dominican University New York. Unfortunately, that is all the time we have for today. I want to thank our guests, Rafael Roger and Dr. Manuel Martinez, for joining us, and you, our viewers, for tuning in and checking us out. Keep following Bronxnet TV for continued coverage. If you are not a member of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, please join us today. You can follow us on LinkedIn and on our social media, and visit our website at hispanicchamber.nyc. Once again, that is hispanicchamber.nyc. And engage with us at LinkedIn at New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, all spelled out. And until the next show, thank you. Ciao, ciao.